Violent, tearing static. The audio cuts in abruptly over the scream of twisting metal and blaring warning sirens. Tactical update. Emergency continuation. The vanguard is gone. We are retreating, or attempting to retreat, but the tactical matrix has completely collapsed. I am recording this from the secondary command deck of the Axiom of Logic, though command implies we possess control. We do not. We are being systematically dismantled, not by superior elegance, by human refusal. When the High Council mobilized the Armada, we prepared for a logical war. Our ships are equipped with harmonic energy shields, marvels of galactic engineering designed to absorb and dissipate directed plasma, laser frequencies, and ionic pulses. The humans are not using plasma. A terrifying rhythmic thud, 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 echoing through the hull. Do you hear that? That is the sound of primitive weaponry solving an advanced problem. They are using chemical propellants and crude magnetic rails to accelerate dense metal projectiles. Tungsten, iron, depleted uranium. Very heavy, very fast rocks. When their first volley approached our flagship, our tactical AI scanned the incoming objects, found no energetic signature, categorized them as harmless space debris, and deactivated the shields to save power. It let them through. The screech of tearing hull plating followed by the hiss of escaping atmosphere. You cannot dissipate a solid block of tungsten traveling at 6 kilometers per second. It does not care about harmonic frequencies. I watched a human shell punch clean through our navigation cruiser, entering one side and exiting the other without slowing down. Our shields are designed to stop gods. The humans are fighting us with clubs, and we do not have an equation for a club hitting us in the face. We tried to adapt. The fleet commander ordered the Cyber Warfare Division to cripple their fleet with a localized algorithmic virus. It was a flawless plan. It failed instantly. Terran ships are not unified by a central neural network. They are analog, physical switches, insulated copper, isolated subroutines. Our virus could not spread because a human gunnery sergeant physically pulled a cable out of a socket when his monitor flickered. But that is not the absurdity. The absurdity is the counterattack. When a civilized fleet detects cyber intrusion, it deploys firewalls. The humans traced the source of our signal to our primary communications mast. Then they blew up the mast. A dull explosion in the distance, the ship's lights flicker and die, replaced by the angry buzz of red emergency lighting. They launched a retrofitted sanitation drone packed with fertilizer explosive and physically rammed it into the antenna. Our entire cyber warfare division was rendered blind and deaf because the humans decided that the most efficient way to stop a computer virus was to explode the computer. You cannot hack shrapnel. You cannot reason with a species that answers a digital equation with a pipe bomb. A harsh electronic voice from a nearby console. Warning, hull breach in Sector 7, gravity failing. We punctured the hull of one of their cruisers 10 microcycles ago. The logical response is surrender. The humans sealed themselves into pressure suits, tethered themselves to their consoles with rope, and kept firing. I can see their telemetry through our deep scans. Blood loss, ruptured eardrums, muscle tears, rising internal temperatures, and still they load another block of metal into the rails. At Sector 4, I feared them. Here, in Earth orbit, I begin to understand them. They do not improvise because they are stupid. They improvise because nothing in their history has ever arrived in a form that was fair. They were built by catastrophe, so when catastrophe comes, they call it familiar. A harsh electronic voice from a nearby console. Warning, hull breach in Sector 7, gravity failing. We punctured the hull of one of their cruisers 10 microcycles ago. The logical response is surrender. The humans sealed themselves into pressure suits, tethered themselves to their consoles with rope and kept firing. I can see their telemetry through our deep scans. Blood loss, ruptured eardrums, muscle tears, rising internal temperatures, and still they load another block of metal into the rails. At Sector 4, I feared them. Here, in Earth orbit, I begin to understand them. They do not improvise because they are stupid. They improvise because nothing in their history has ever arrived in a form that was fair. They were built by catastrophe, so when catastrophe comes, they call it familiar. A massive, catastrophic explosion tears through the audio. Xylar is thrown to the deck.
The primary drive. They hit the primary antimatter drive. The Armada is gone. The remaining ships are fleeing into deep space, their algorithms broken by the chaos of human spite. We are not fleeing. Our navigation is dead. Our thrusters are offline. The sound of the ship creaking, not from weapon impacts, but from a new, terrifying force. The low rumble of atmospheric entry begins to build. Do you feel that? The artificial gravity has failed, but I am not floating. I am being pulled downward. The battle took place in high orbit. We have lost orbital velocity. We are falling. I am looking through the cracked transparasteel of the observation port. The debris field is fading above us, replaced by a curved horizon of blue and white. Planet Earth, the death world. The Council looked at this world and saw weakness. It is not weakness. It is the forge. The roar of atmospheric friction screaming against the damaged hull. The descent algorithms calculate a 14% chance of surviving the impact. But what does the math matter anymore? The math is a language for orderly universes. We are falling into mud, weather, microbes, gravity, and the species that learned to master them without ever truly controlling them. And they will be waiting for us down there, on their home soil, in their own element. The roar becomes overwhelmingly loud. The ship rattles so hard it sounds like it is tearing apart at the seams. May the cosmos forgive us. We brought a beautiful, logical war to the Deathworlders, and now we are falling into their hell. Brace for a catastrophic crash. The audio peaks, crunches, and cuts to dead silence.